Okay, so back at the brick stitch pattern, or stitch I should say, to stop increasing, say you want to stop increasing your height here, after you complete your last brick stitch on your last row, instead of chaining 6 here, you're just going to go ahead and turn your work like that. And you can do this 2 different ways. You can either chain 1 and slip stitch into each stitch all the way to the chain 3 space like this. And then it'll look like that. Or what I like to do is chain. You can turn your work and then you can chain 3 and then slip stitch in that chain 3 space. So I'm going to chain 3 and then I'm going to slip stitch into this space. And then I'm just going to flip my work over and I'm going to chain 3 and I'm going to work my 3 double crochets. And then I'm going to continue my row. And if you notice, this made us a corner where it stopped. And if we wanted to end it here, we would just slip stitch here and do the same thing. So I'm just going to make a dishcloth to show you my decreasing in progress. So I'm going to continue to work my row and then I will be back to show you that other end. Okay, I'm at the end of my row and I want my dishcloth to be the same width and height. So I'm going to make sure I have the same number of bricks on the bottom and on the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just going to slip stitch underneath that chain 3. And then I'm going to turn my work and I'm going to chain 3. And then I'm going to slip stitch underneath this chain 3. And then I'm going to flip it up. And I'm going to chain 3 and work 3 double crochets in there. And then I'm going to slip stitch underneath the next chain 3. And I'm going to keep working until I get to here and do my chain 3. And then I'm going to slip stitch here. And I'll be back to show you that as well. But one quick thing, let's say you didn't want to end here, you wanted to make a blanket. So you did your last brick stitch here and you stopped the width, say this is the width of the blanket you wanted, but you still wanted to keep going on the length, you would just continue by doing your slip stitch and then your chain 3, 3 double crochets, and then you would chain 6 because you want to increase the length, so you want to continue increasing on this side. So you would go ahead and you would chain your 6 and then double crochet in that 4th, 5th, and 6th chain from hook. And continue as before. And if you're not comfortable, if you're brand new to doing the brick stitch, it's a great idea to mark your decreased side so you don't screw up and accidentally add chain 6 thinking it's your length side. So I would just wrap a yarn or something here to mark this as your decreased side, so you know not to increase on this side. Hope that makes sense. I'll be back to show you after I get to the next end for my dish. Okay, I did my last little brick stitch on my dishcloth. Now I'm going to slip stitch underneath that chain 3. I'm not increasing anymore. I'm going to stop here, and I'm not going to do another brick stitch on top of this one because I want it to be this high. So I'm going to just turn my work, and I'm going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to slip stitch underneath the next chain 3, and then I'm going to chain 3, turn my work, and I'm going to work my 3 double crochets in the center there of that chain 3 space. And I'm going to slip stitch underneath the next chain 3 space, and I'm going to do my next brick stitch, and I'm going to go all the way up to here, and I'll be right back. Okay, I just created my last brick stitch. That brought me level with these ones. So I'm going to slip stitch, chain 3, turn, I'm going to slip stitch underneath that chain 3, and then I'm going to chain 3 and work my 3 double crochets in there. And I'm going to continue that all the way to until here. So basically we're decreasing now, and I'll be back. I'm almost done, as you can see. Slip stitching, chaining 3. This works up very fast for a baby blanket and stuff as well. Chaining 3, doing my 3 double crochets. Whoops. Slip stitch underneath the next chain 3. Join with a slip stitch, and you'll see I only have 1 square, 1 brick left to make. So I get to chain 3 and turn, or turn and chain 3, whatever you prefer. Slip stitch underneath that chain 3, work my chain 3 and then 3 double crochets. Now I'm going too fast, so I'm missing my yarn over. And that is that, and I slip stitch underneath that chain 3, and that is my square. You can see it's very pretty, especially with different yarn colors. If you wanted to, you could just, you know, finish off here, or you could just put a border around the whole thing, working in the ends and stuff. But that's how you do the brick stitch, and decreasing the brick stitch. So when you're done, hope this helps. Let me know if I need to clarify anything. Thanks for watching.